There you go. Of course. We're good to go. Okay. Thank you for being here. My name is Renato Salazar, and I work for New Story. What is New Story? New Story. This used to be our main, speech. When someone asks, like, "What do you do for working?" "Oh, I work for New Story, and we build homes for low-income families." "Oh, that's great. We're building homes for low-income families, and that's good, good. And how do you guys work?" We receive donations, and collaborations, and families, organizations help us a lot to build homes. But we don't give away those homes. We just don't give away those homes. And so, what do you mean that you're not just giving away those homes? Are you guys selling the homes? People is paying for those homes, like a micro mortgage. And why is that? Because when you just give away stuff, people, they don't get responsible for what they get. And when they are not like that, they don't care. They don't care about this stuff. So when they start paying for their homes, they start to get responsible, and they get a different mindset that they can achieve to get more stuff. Because remember, we are talking about really humble and low-income families, right? So that used to be our speech. But now, New Story pioneers market-driven solutions for vulnerable families without access to adequate housing. What does it mean, market-driven solutions? Okay, we're gonna see it here. I have this. Do you have sound? There you go. Thank you. So that's market-driven solutions. Okay. And we have projects in Mexico, we have projects in Haiti, we have projects in Bolivia, and we have projects here in El Salvador. We've been around for 8 years now, probably, and I was going back. I'm sorry. There you go. So we're going beyond charity, and we're going to a market-driven solution strategy. But we're not talking about that today. So this is gonna say something about Amanda, that you're here. You were talking about this on your talk. Imagine life before inventions. Someone is here from another country? Anyone from another country? See? Yes? Raise your hand. Who is from El Salvador? ¿Quién es de El Salvador? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are more people from. Imagine if you miss the exit, right? Or if you miss the street, you will go, okay, how do I go back, right? And right now it's just, there's a sound, and there's a new route, right? On Waze. So that's a good invention, right? That's a good thing. So, talking about our finances. Probably some of you recognize some of this, right? Zelle, Venmo, Coinbase, right? Bitrefill, and some other apps that will manage your finance on your phone. So your phone houses your financing. That's another invention. And that's kind of our regular and day-to-day thing. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going to have dinner, so let's see how's the traffic. I open up Waze. Okay, do I have money? I'm gonna check my balance. So that's like everyday thing. But here in Latin America, it's different because 70% of the families in Latin America are unbanked. And of course, you already know this, 70%. But what does it mean? Because we've been raised, we are, digital stuff, we are apps with all the with the digital money that we already have. And 79% of the adults in Latin America own smartphones, but they don't have digital money because they don't have access to any financial service. But you already know this, right? But maybe you don't know this. It's expensive to be unbanked. How many of you guys have taken a bus here in El Salvador? Raise your hand. Any of you have gone from here to El Zonte for any chance? By any chance? Yeah. How much time do you need from here to El Zonte? By bus. Regular bus. Not the shuttle that is from the hotel. Probably 2 hours. Okay. It's just to get there, right? So imagine you have to go to pay your bills. And the nearest point is 1 hour away. Let's take El Zonte, for example, because everyone knows El Zonte. So the nearest point is El Puerto de la Libertad, downtown La Libertad. That is 45 minutes on a bus, 45 minutes, 1 hour. And you have to wait for the bus 40 minutes because it's not very consistent service, right? So that's 40 minutes plus an hour, almost 2 hours, right? And then, of course, the bank or the office is not right there at the bus stop. You have to walk a little bit, and the person is not just waiting for you to receive their payment. You have to make a line. So that's probably another hour, right? So what does it mean? If you go and then go back, it's a 4-hour trip. So it takes 4 hours just to pay your bill, So, and if you do this on a weekly basis or monthly, let's say 25 times, you invest 25 days when you do this on 6 months. So how much money that you are investing with your time? And think about this. Oh, I'm going because on a weekend I can do it, but these people from Latin America, the people that we serve at Hope House, News Story, is different. They don't have weekends. Probably they have to ask permission so they can go to the bank. And remember, the bank is not always open, right? So people is losing money when they have to go for this. So what are we talking about? We want to provide access to basic services, the opportunity to dream big. Access to basic services unlocks the opportunity to dream big. Sonido, por favor. Gracias.
My love, lately I spent all of my time dreaming about you. place, you will become you. We'll laugh together, and we'll cry together too. But through every moment, the painful and the joyful, you know you can always be yourself here, no matter who you are. One day you will leave this place, and when the years get hard and are no longer enough, you have these memories to look back on. You'll have stories, you'll have memories that bring you back home. Lately, I spend all my time dreaming about you, about us, about the life I hope to give to you, about the day I'll bring you home.
So house, how does it look? So let's talk about adequate housing. Probably if you have been around here for a while, you probably have seen this. This is like a regular house of a low-income family nearby El Sonte. Well, you saw our rockstar dentist right here, where he provides the services. The families that he serves, they live in these places. And you will say, yes, this is probably like in the country, like far from here, but this is like 10 minutes walking from here. This is behind this building. It's behind this building. So you will see the kitchen right here, some dining table right there. This is the front, and this is a bedroom. You can see blankets here, like divisions, and that's what is that? There are 4 families living here. We have a couple with their kid on the same bed. We have the grandma here with a nephew on the same bed. And we have an old man sleeping right here. So when you remember home, how is your home? Does it look like this? Maybe not. Or maybe yes. But remember, we're talking about adequate housing, and this is not adequate. And how about el suelo? Se me olvidó. How do you say suelo? The floor. It's dirt. How was your home floor? So let's talk about this. What are we seeing here? The 4 main elements. We have earth, we have fire, and we have water. What is this about? These 4 elements are always there outside, right? The dirt, remember, the dirt of the floor. If you are breathing that every day, you're gonna cause stomachal and breathing diseases for your kids. Remember, you were a baby, you know, like when you were learning how to walk, most of the time you were spending on the floor. So imagine those kids taking that dirt. The air, when it's blowing, it might blow your house, it might blow your stuff, it might blow your belongings. When it's hot, who has been here for summer? It's hot, it's hot. Imagine if you're sleeping there, it's hot. And when it's raining, probably you spend a couple days here during the rain, but We are safe here. We have concrete walls. But what about when we have metal sheets walls? Volumen. So if I'm trying to keep the conversation, volumen. Gracias. If I want to try to keep the conversation, I have to yell, right? Imagine if you're living there. Imagine this is your 24-hour thing when it's a rain. And I have to work tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to sleep. And I have to study because I don't know, but my kids have to study because they go to school. And they have a big assignment to finish. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No? Do you understand what I'm saying? No? Okay. That was kind of stress, right? Imagine if you have to sleep there with that noise. It's very uncomfortable. That's not adequate housing. And that's why we're bringing the world's best technology to those who need it the most. We are the first one to build the first 3D printed community in Mexico, in Jalisco. We have that. And that's adequate housing for low-income families. And what else do we have? We have Bitcoin. And how does it work? Right now, 122 families are changing their lives forever. And this is in El Zonte. This is one of our projects that we have, and we're starting to build a community of 122 homes. And how do we do that? Some of you recognize this place. This is Hope House. We are working with them. They are helping us providing the facilities. We are teaching people how to pay for their home using Bitcoin. Remember, this is low-income family. This is very humble people that barely knows how to read, how to write. So it's hard for them sometimes to understand this digital money. But when they understand, they go to the dentist. And they change their life. And this is something that I want to point right here. During the training sessions that we have, we show the home, this is the layout of the houses. This is like the render of the community. And people, they are like, that's going to be my house? That's going to be my house? And guess what they do? They take their phones out and start to take pictures. And what does it mean? They start to dream big. They start to dream big. So now let's meet Salim. Probably you know this guy. He's now working for Blink, right? He started part of the Hope House team, and when then the Bitcoin Beach project started, he was part of it, and he understood what Bitcoin is. So let's see.
In a small coastal town in El Salvador, Bitcoin is helping unbanked families access loans and pay for their homes for the first time. About 70% of El Salvador is unbanked, preventing many families from having access to a safe place to live. Without a bank account, getting a loan or a mortgage is virtually impossible. Most people resort to using up all of their savings or borrowing from relatives for even small purchases. Digital payment tools and apps are also not available. This means that most families are forced to spend hours traveling just to pay for bills in person with cash, pen, and paper. High fees, minimum income requirements, and corruption have kept families out of the traditional banking system. For millions of people like Salim, the idea of having a bank account and owning a home was only a pipe dream.
Está enmarcada entre difícil e imposible, ya que la mayoría de bancos acá piden una serie enorme de requisitos.
Banks provide us with multiple benefits and tools to make payments, build creditworthiness, and ultimately access loans to own a home. But for those left outside the banking system, Those opportunities simply don't exist. But blockchain technology is changing that. Salim has a smartphone, a Bitcoin wallet on his phone, cash, and a mortgage. Not too long ago, Salim used to travel 3 hours just to pay his rent and walked away with no proof of payment. Now, he's paying his mortgage in seconds without ever leaving his family. Salim converts his cash into Bitcoin at a local ATM. Then he sends payment with ease, speed, and security. Also, all of his payments are recorded, giving him a credit history he couldn't build before.
Únicamente necesito hacer un clic y tener los fondos disponibles para realizar mi pago de una manera instantánea.
Salim doesn't have to rely on a traditional bank to safely house his family. This new technology is helping him and hundreds more families break the cycle of poverty by creating financially sustainable pathways to homeownership.
Bitcoin ha traído una gran bendición a este lugar. No solo me ha brindado la oportunidad de tener un buen empleo. Una de las grandes bendiciones que he tenido es poder adquirir una casa para que mi familia tenga una vivienda digna, un lugar lindo para llegar, para sentirse bien y para crecer.
In El Salvador, we're empowering vulnerable families with the tech of the future.
Thank you. So yeah, Bitcoin also fixes this, right? And how do we do this? Of course, this is a teamwork. We work in collaboration with Bitrefill. We're using their platform where people can pay for their homes. And we work together also with K1, the mini ATMs that you have seen probably out there. Of course, our community there, they are carrying coins, and this is perfect for us, the mini ATM with coins. And also, thanks to the generosity of Coinbase, because they helped us to build this community. 122 homes is not cheap. It's not cheap. Not in El Zonte. You know prices how are right now. So this is the 3 building blocks of change. This is how we are making change in this community. So new story plus a market-driven solutions strategy plus Bitcoin equals adequate housing for vulnerable families. Thank you very much. If you want to help, if you want to support, you can scan this code and, of course, send some sats. Thank you.